This thing is blasting like 50-degree air right on me. I can't. Watch what happens.
Please don't fall.
What do the buttons do? Why are they here?
Grab the unit, pull it out. Oh my god.
You just tape it shut. Tape it shut.
Last time you played, you weren't playing and my friend was here, so can I take a video of you saying hi to my friend Noah?
Noah?
Yeah, say hi Noah.
Okay. Hi Noah. I'm sorry you missed the game, dude.
Okay, thank you.
Puma 69 jersey is a very premium product. That's all I'm saying. I'm thinking about purchasing one myself.
I make sure that all the knives in the kitchen
Got the ult charge. There's no rip tires in your house. You turns on the light. You got the ultimate charge.
Can you adopt me?
I think Puma is not old enough to take care of children.
I wish I was good at McCree.
Why is it a capital M? Yeah, it's a lowercase your letter.
Thanks for coming.
You can't. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. Don't mess with it. What we actually need in the game is a custom game where you get a random ultimate on a random hero. We're gonna do it. That would be for real. I'm legit hanging this up right above my fireplace.
Really?
Yes, heck yeah. Oh yeah, dead serious. This is actually a fireplace situation.
Lonnie, my friend, this is so good. You are so amazing. Thank you so much.
This is easily the coolest thing I've ever been. I'm dead serious. This is so
No.
No, I'm dead serious.
That's so sick.
The corn dog is so perfect.
I'm on trash talk and I have some pistol. I can make you guys just a shadow to hurt easily if I'm starting to some shit talking. Why not here like this? Not trying the best of yourselves. Listen to me. Every time you guys signal comfortable course, every time. Why South Dynasty has a problem? Because they doesn't give a shit about their own goals. Why London Spitfire like afraid of like their match versus us? Because they didn't check about their own match balls or screen balls. Correct?
I'll try to go over them all tonight. Fix it tomorrow.
I think Tyrong was a bit upset about people not watching like the recorded scrim VODs like after we were done practicing, because like watching your scrims and how you play and the mistakes you make is actually crucial to improving. And there was like 1 or 2 blocks where we didn't watch it, like no one watched any of them. So he got very upset about that, and like he let us know that he was upset, obviously. And I think during that night, every single person watched him, and we watched like all of them, and we felt like we were letting him down. So we changed that.
I think Tyrone was upset at us that we didn't maybe like work as hard as we should have. And I kind of understood that. Tyrone works really hard, and it's really hard to like keep up in the same pace as he goes. And he wants us to take that extra step. Like he's taking like 17, and he just wants us to take like 2 more. And I think like his frustration showed, and it was reasonable. And like we should definitely work harder, especially now that we have like 2 losses on our backs already on stage 2. And I think Tyrone was kind of right.
That's like on Tyrone's mind, that should be on everyone's mind. Like if you're not going to give 100% this week, there's no point. Like you need to give 100% this week. Like, but we have Seoul in the morning, like that's a good scrim, that should be a good scrim. We have New York tomorrow, that should be a good scrim. We have Fuel as pre-match, like that should be a good scrim. Like you have 3 opportunities to like get your shit together. Like people shouldn't be getting frustrated during scrims that like comms are bad, because that's just how it's going to be until we fix the comms. Like focus on comms today, don't focus on like making plays, don't focus on your comps or your strategies. And like I get why you guys aren't watching your scrims, because like I understand like you play the scrim, you know what went wrong, right? Like you guys have like this, we all have this like advantage that like we're just like the stage team, and people like in this room know that like, oh okay, scrims were shit. but we're gonna turn up on stage, and it's been working for us. Like it has, not like without a doubt. And like the second that we start scrimming with like a purpose, is like the second we get to this point where it's not even like we just go into matches. Like we don't have to worry about performing on stage or like thinking that we perform. We just know that we practice so much harder that like we'll just beat everybody. Like we're already at a point where we can beat anybody in the league. Like imagine if you guys took scrim seriously. We're at a point where we can literally 4-0 any team in the league. Imagine if we put in more effort. Who the f is gonna beat us? Like nobody. There's nothing that should stop us from being the best team in Overwatch League. There's like no reason why we can't finish 2-0 this split, like this week, and then just literally win out the rest of this entire stage. If you guys watch their VOD, you'll see like, okay, he's just gonna go Widow here, like this is where he peaks, you know, stuff like that. Like every little inch like gives you a mile in this game. And like Tyrong's biggest focus was that like every time someone slacks off, it's not about like one person slacking off, it's about like all these little things that add up into one big problem that like just makes
Tyrong is definitely a head coach. He's a great coach. He's a great guy. Sometimes he struggles from the language barrier. Sometimes I feel if he wants to get like a very complex point across, sometimes some of his message gets lost a little bit. And I think Flame does a great job of whenever Tyrong needs help with that message or help in general in terms of guiding the language barrier a little bit, whatever barrier there actually is, he's able to relay Tyrong's thoughts without all of those issues and give his own little twist to it as well, because he sees what's going on as well. He knows from Tyrong's perspective what if something's wrong or right or what's going on. So I think having him is a crucial part to the team because he's able to provide those things and help Tyrong out with getting exactly what he wants to say out.
You can't just like go and memorize it by yourself. It's like you have to memorize it in practice. You have to, I mean, obviously you have to review it on your own, but it's like if it's up in practice, then we have more, it's like we're focused on it, you know? It definitely is super important. Like there's times where you get confused and it leads to someone missing a kill that they could have gotten or something. I'm not saying that we have to be at that high level for the entire time, but for a week like this, we should be putting that extra effort in. Because this is the week that actually matters.
If you're going to take like
we have so many weeks that don't matter.
Exactly.
Like if you want a slow week, it's not this week.
So any argument any player has between one another is obviously not because they think the other player isn't good. It's because they think they're right and they want the team to improve. It's like if I have an argument, let's say with Jake about something, which we do argue, like not like personally, like not, we just argue about like some ideas and strats. Of course, I'm going to think I'm right. He's going to think he's right. But it's up to the team to decide, you know, whose idea is better. But like that's what makes this team so good. Everyone has so many good ideas. Everyone's so passionate about winning. So these arguments aren't personal at all. At the end of the day, we're friends. We're brothers. We're going to, you know, we're going to win this shit together.
There's always when you're building a new team, and like any old team too, there's going to be tough conversations when things are probably not going well, and even if they're going well, you want to get over like personal issues and whatnot. All those conversations bring the team closer together. Personally, I like those conversations because it usually means that there's an issue, and that has to happen for it to be like solved. I had experiences in past teams where no one talked about anything, and it was just like implode on you. Like people would like be actually angry at you and just hostile basically. And just having those conversations and having people to know how to take those talks is very important to have in a team. That way is the most fruitful way. It's the most honest and it's like most brutal at the same time. But when a character, this whole team has so many characters who are so strong, like individually, that they can take that kind of criticism. It's amazing.
Are you forced primal? No, we can't. Just go spawn, go and spawn and get
I'm dying on card. I'm gonna go on this end.
Okay, I'm selling card while you...
Oh.
You only have to use one hand.
Use one hand either way.
No, because you have to like keep like moving it.
Okay.
That's a spreeism.
It's a European thing. Oh yeah, I remember
He's so
this.
good!
Dude, he's chilling, dude. He's going for it. He's going for it. Oh my god.
This thing is blasting like 50-degree air right on me. I can't. Watch what happens.
Don't, please don't fall.
What do the buttons do? Why are they here?
Grab the unit, pull it out.
Oh my god.
Just tape it shut. Tape it shut.
I feel like that's not a good idea.
First he said swimming was the only way you get healthy. And then the next thing he said swimming's definitely the fastest way you get healthy.
It definitely is.
And then the next day after that was Philly, and we started off really good against Philly, like 2-0. We were like dominating Philly. And then we went into the half, and I think some players felt like we already won the series. And that's like not a good mentality to have ever. It's never over until it's over. So I think we learned a huge lesson about that, because they're an incredible team and you should never take them easy.
Poco walks out, Chatterburn's there now. Fraggy was there, but he kind of got booped up and away. His trajectory was altered. No time to waste. The Outlaws have made their way to the second point now, and Fraggy already getting quick tickle. It's got to be now. No, he's stunned up. He's caught. Great play from Lex in response. Carpe trying to dash around the point, already down to 1 HP or so. Shadowburn trying to get away, but Muma pursues. Relentless, of course, as he chases him down.
Here's Shadowburn with the blade. Just swiping at Linkser, not able to get much of anything. He actually finishes off Linkser there.
Shadowburn again, not really getting allowed to play Overwatch today, nor is Fraggy. He gets zapped, removed from his mech, and that'll be it. And now with Raucous out of the picture, it doesn't really seem to slow things down too much, but that's Dayfly once again gets involved. He's found Clockwork consistently, despite being in a losing match, has been playing well. This would be over pretty darn quickly, and it is. Look at all the resources being dedicated to keeping Jake alive, and it's working! Oh, it's working! Coolmat's found Fraggy there. So much damage being done because the focus of the fusion is solely on Jake. They know what's waiting for them and they have no choice but to face the music. Oh, Carpe squished up against the wall. It's 99 to 99, and I don't think there's anywhere from the fusion that are going to get here. That's going to be the round. That is some sick Overwatch.
Yeah! Easy clap.
Get him out of there!
Found Coolmat's back for the pulse bomb, and Lynx is there. Carpe's removed. Oh, I saw that. Poco copped one in midair. Does finally go down, and the Outlaws have got it.
Good job, guys.
The big silly is successful. The big silly is successful.
We got him.
And I think if you force me off on force me off Orisa on Sanctum, that's your first step. That's the first step to actually being able to win.
I know exactly what thread's going to be on Reddit. You ready? What? They should have put Eco in. They were 2-0 with Eco, but now they're 0-1 with Shadow.
The main issue is I think the first two maps against Philly were actually close, despite us winning and being up 2-0. And I think that it set up like a false sense of security where we thought we were playing better than them. And then at halftime, they started playing better than us and we couldn't adapt.
It definitely wasn't cockiness, but it was definitely like overconfidence, like just thinking that we were going to win. And that's like, it's never over till it's over. So, props to them for, bouncing back.
I call hey there, and you guys call don't mess with Texas, okay? Alright, that's the best I've ever heard. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Hey there!
Don't mess with Texas!
Hey!
Raucous doesn't have it, but the rest of the team do. Oh no! They found the DPS players! And Linkser might have put himself in a bit of a compromising position. It seems that may have been the case. Silver Carpe found himself both supports with the pulse bomb. Got into the back line and gutted the Outlaws. And Linkser's trying to make something happen from a long way away. He needs to try and walk up. It's not going to happen. This is a resurgence. Raucous gives him a bit of a as he tries to jump in over the top, but he still has the Dragon Blade to use, and it has to be now. There's no better time. Boink up against the wall. He's down. Linkser's also missing him. This is going to be the landslide the Philadelphia Fusion were looking for. Raucous had nowhere to run. Couldn't fade away. Not a chance. And the Fusion keep the series alive. He's looking for old mate Raucous. He's found him. EMP in. No shield available for the Omnic Monk, and he is turned into fancy, high-class jewelry. That's going to be it. The Fusion wake up here. Perfect from him. A couple kills that were really needed now. They need to shut down these Outlaws. They don't have insta-burst potential outside of the Widowmaker, and they need to remove these players from the point. The Philadelphia Fusion, they're going to make this a series. Drawn-out fight. That's what Moon was hoping for now. It's going to be the Transcendence to follow up the Dragon Blade for Linkser. He's going to make it big. He gets Neptuno. That's one. Looking for more over the top. I think he was shaking down.
The Zenyatta coming in. Oh, it's Neptuno who takes out Jake. Philadelphia will take the point here.
Once again, second fight running. He's found both the Lucio and the 76 on the Outlaws, and it doesn't seem to be done quite yet. Neptuno no! Oh my lord! And the Outlaws have control. Here, Lynx Rocket connects. Another one perhaps for Lynxer as Cormac takes down Poco. And we're going all the way. A huge starting deficit for the Philadelphia Fusion. Now they have a chance to make up the difference. And there's nothing really Raucus can do here. One more slash gets the job done. The Fusion aren't done yet. They regain control. 4 players left for the Houston Outlaws. They're going to do something immediately, but Neptuno's there. He's trying to shut down Jake in the backline. Boops him away. Keeps himself safe. Puts the Tracer at arm's length. The Numa falls off screen. Now it's going to be Jake going back for the health pack, but that's all the Outlaws can do. No! Once again, the Philadelphia Fusion reverse sweep the Houston Outlaws.
Whose backpack is this? Probably Matt. It might be Mendes. I don't know.
There's a video of us from upstairs.
We're gonna get through the season. Like, you have to be able to take these and, like,
The reason why we lost to Philly was because we got overconfident. We went to the series, 2-0, so we were like looking very, we were looking very promising that we were going to win the series. Went to Hollywood pretty overconfident, made some crucial mistakes consistently, and we lost the series 3-2. And so everyone got super upset, like down, like not upset at each other, but upset with themselves, and like we were really upset. But it also motivated us the next day to want to play better and be better.
I think we started playing a bit more, bit scared and out of sync. And it caused a lot of like issues in the plays we were trying to make. It's not like we were lacking discipline or like we got tilted or something. It's something like more mysterious to me. It felt very odd for me personally to play on the last 3 maps. I felt like I was like non-existent. Like everyone kind of had the same kind of feeling. And that means like something that's like, usually when you build a team, everyone has their own synergies. And something just like fell out of place and it affected everyone.
Genji bottom left. One shot. Nice. Alright.
She's half.
I'm on the Zen here.
No.
I'm out.
If you can get back in Meg. Tracer's on plat. I'm sitting on point right now.
The issues that we were facing against Philly were definitely different than the issues against New York. I think against New York, we need to do more stuff outside of the match. I think Philly, we lost the match and we could have won it, but I feel like during the New York game, it was obvious when we were playing that all the maps were close, but they just had that edge.
I don't think mentally we were too ready to play against Nexel after a loss like that. After the Philly match, we lacked like the punch to like clutch out the matches or like I didn't do many clutch plays. Like Muma did a lot of clutch plays. He had like really good and strong game, but we weren't like throwing the responsibility around and making like possible to make all those kind of plays that are like game winning.
Fighting it out with Lynxer again. Lynxer still has that range advantage on that McCree. Sabilby dashes over. Oh, and Libero finishes off the McCree. More kills for New York. What a duel it was between Sabilby and Lynxer, but maybe they can just barely take it if Muma can stay on the point. Ooh, I don't think he can do it though. Coolmat at a third health is a very tempting target. There's the D-Mac. Rockets down meanwhile, and that's a lot of kills coming in for New York. This is starting to get a bit out of control for Houston, and that will be map number 1, going to New York Excelsior. Now New York back on the point again, trying to contest as best they can. Lynxer falls early in that one, but we're already into overtime for Houston. On the verge of taking this point, but New York on the verge of flipping it back. They will. There's the Graviton Surge, the combo with Azaria the Moira. Jake comes in with the Riptire for a resounding team fight victory. But Libero on fire, taking down Coolmat. Oh, direct hit onto Jake with that Bara. We're into overtime now, and New York 99% to 0. They just got to clean this one up. Can Houston contest this point? Libero takes this as a time to pull the blade in celebration, and New York will win Lijiang Tower. But there's Muma dropping that Earth Shatter. There's a charge onto the Transcendence. Oh, and he's gonna knock him off. What an angle! It's a brawl on the payload, but it looks like it's going New York's way. Here comes Lynxer on the Doomfist, but there's only so much you can do on your own, and that is a completion. So now, again, all Houston needs to do is just shove New York off for a little bit to win the map. But there's another stick on the Muma. Rocket's in trouble as well. Xavier will be going crazy right now. He gets spree. Are you kidding me? Lynxer with half health is going to do nothing here. The payload moving forward, and New York. Jake He can't stop them. New York does it. There's the self-destruct though. Mano having to dodge, ducks behind the payload, and it's nearly there. Mumo with like 10 HP before he goes down, and that is it.
Everyone here wants to win. Everyone here wants to do what it takes to win. And I think sometimes people forget what it takes.
When something like after you work so hard as a team and something starts going wrong, in this team no one blames like other people, you know? Like people look the fault in themselves, and like sometimes it's right, but I think in this case it was more like something went wrong with the team and everyone kind of played poorly, and everyone felt like it was their fault that they played poorly. But it's more like we have to figure out what happened as a team and then make sure that same kind of mistake doesn't happen again.
So what's good about our team is no matter how the loss ended, if anyone messed up or anyone, you know, lost us a series, say like they made a huge mistake and it lost us like all the maps, it wouldn't matter. We're friends, we're family, we'll work through it completely. So anything that happened in that series doesn't matter. Now we'll go to the next week and the next week and the next week until we win this Overwatch League. We're not gonna stop just because we made a mistake one week. We're gonna learn from it and grow from it.